Raw wastewater from homes, businesses, and industries all enter the plant through the influent building. This building contains screens to remove large debris like paper products. The debris is washed, then compacted, and pushed into a dumpster to be hauled to the transfer station for disposal. After being screened, the water flows into a wet well, an in-ground holding tank, and 4 pumps are used to send the water to the head cell. During this part of the process, the plant is removing fine material that was too small to be removed by the initial screens. This stops small debris from entering the plant and settling to the bottom of the basins. The fine material goes through a machine that separates the material from water. The water then returns to the head of the influent building. Next, the wastewater falls over gates in the head cell and enters the first of the 3 channels. The first channel allows the sewage to go through an anaerobic, absence of oxygen stage. In this channel, the pumps return special bugs to the head of the plant to keep the process seated to treat the wastewater. Bugs are microorganisms that break down organic material in the water. The wastewater moves through the next 2 channels where bugs are removing nutrients through an anoxic stage where water goes through the nitrogen cycle. The wastewater then moves from the anoxic zone in the 2 channels to the aeration basins. Oxygen is introduced into the water, creating an aerobic zone. The aeration basins allow for growth of bacteria, creating a higher treatment capacity than traditional treatment processes. In these basins, biochemical oxygen demand is removed and ammonia is converted to nitrates. The wastewater then moves to a deox zone, designed to provide time for dissolved oxygen to dissipate prior to running the internal recirculation back to the anoxic zone. The wastewater that is not returned to the anoxic zone falls over a gate and goes on to the clarifier. The clarifier is a big tank that allows the wastewater to slow down so that the solids suspended in the water can settle to the bottom and clear water remains on top. The solids that settle to the bottom are either returned to the first channel, the aerobic zone, or they are removed from the process to the digesters. The clear water falls into the troughs and moves on to the ultraviolet light building. In this building are banks of UV light bulbs that turn on and off or intensify as needed based on the rate of flow and clarity of water. The water is sterilized and bacteria are stopped from reproducing. This ensures that the bacteria will not multiply in the receiving stream. The water then enters the final stage of the treatment process, the effluent outfall. Beginning in the effluent building where the flow rate is measured, the water cascades to capture air so that it will contain enough dissolved oxygen to meet or exceed the permit limit as it goes to the Cottonwood River. This is to help the water from the plant to raise the oxygen concentration in the stream, helping aquatic life in the river to thrive. The solids that are removed through the clarifiers are sent to the digester. The organic material is broken down further so that most of the material left is inorganic. These digested solids are then sent to the belt process where solids and water are separated. The solids are transferred to a dump truck and moved to a holding pit on site.